Alright, so I haven't filmed anything today yet, but I've been in Manchester Center all day, just kind of enjoying. Got a good breakfast at Up for Breakfast. Highly recommend that. I mean, it'd be crazy if you came to Manchester Center and didn't go there for breakfast. I got the Hungry Hiker and it was unbelievable. Spent most of the day just kind of sitting on my butt over at Starbucks, editing videos and posting, uploading videos and stuff like that. Just got picked up at the Price Chopper by Jeff from the Green Mountain House. That's behind me, Hiker Hostel. Behind me, Hiker Hostel. It is, man, it's top notch, super clean, great service. I think it's like 35 bucks for the night. You get a bed, you get laundry, you get a shower, you get a ride back to the to the trail, and the kitchen is stocked with stuff for breakfast, all included. And the freezer is loaded with Ben & Jerry's pints for $1. I'll be getting one of those here in a little bit. So it's going to be a good evening. It's going to chill out. I'm going to plan on getting back on the trail late tomorrow afternoon. At some point between now and then, I will take some shots from the inside to give you a look at what's going on. But I'll post the information for Jeff and the Green Mountain House down below. And you'll have that information, but it's again highly recommended, at least so far. Everything's been great. All right, we'll check back with you later on. All right, well, just got back on the trail a few minutes ago. Spent as I sure I mentioned yesterday, spent a Nero in town yesterday. Had great breakfast. If you're in Manchester Center, Up for Breakfast has an incredible breakfast there. I would highly recommend that. Then spent most of the day in town editing and uploading videos, and then I had Jeff from Green Mountain House, Hiker Hostel, which I had a reservation for. He'll, if you get to town from the trail, which is an easy hitch, I threw my thumb up for maybe 10 seconds, had a ride. Then Jeff will come pick you up in town, take you to the hostel. Did my resupply. I got about 5.5 days worth of food. Weighed it. It came in at just around 10 pounds, which I guess is pretty good. And then this morning, got up, had breakfast. Jeff has a fully stocked kitchen with everything you need to make breakfast, ready to go, and so that was excellent. Stand here for a second, and then I went into town, hung out a little bit because I wanted to get as much rest on my legs as possible. Hung out a little bit in town, went and had lunch. I'll give you another recommendation. I had this last year and again this year, Zoe's Deli. Unbelievable. So I just had lunch. It's about 2 o'clock, just after 2. I got on the trail at 2. The plan today is a Nero 3 miles to the top of Bromley. So I'm climbing Bromley now. I'm going up there, going to stay at the warming hut. Just keep in mind, if you do this section of trail, there's no water up there. There's a privy up there. You can camp up there. There's a ski lift up there you can kind of hang out on. It's not operating in the summer. And there's a ski patrol warming hut, which is unlocked, and they allow hikers to stay in. It's really nice to throw down your sleeping pad and quilt in there. But you got to pick up water. I'm carrying about a ½ liter right now, a little more than a ½ liter, because I know at 2 miles up the mountain is Bromley Shelter, and I'll pick up some water there, enough for today, tonight, and then to get started in the morning. So that's the story. I'll check in as we move on up. Maybe I'll remember to show you Bromley Shelter. It is a nice shelter, but heck, man, with a mile to go, you might as well stay up top and catch an epic sunset and sunrise if you wake up early enough. But I'll show you things as I need to along the way. If nothing before then, I'll catch you on the summit. Out. I forgot to mention, I mentioned how easy it was getting a hitch yesterday. Today I had to cross the road from Zoe's to be on the right side of the road to try to hitch out to the trailhead. Before I could get across the road, a nice lady had rolled down the window, and she was actually going in the other direction and offered to turn around and give me a ride back to the trail. Didn't even have to stick my thumb up. Vermont is incredible. All right, made it to the Bromley Mountain shelter. Pretty good time. Came up 2 miles in about 45 minutes. So got about a mile to go. Just chilling out here for a second. As I mentioned before, you got to get water here. Water trail is behind the shelter. It's probably the furthest I've gone for water since being in Vermont, but it's a great spring, ice cold, really nice water, well worth the climb down. But if you're going to go to the top, well, if you're going to stay here, you need it, and if you're going to go to the top of Bromley, you definitely need to take water up with you. There's no water up there. I'm taking about 3 liters, so I feel pretty good about that. And we're going to get started here in a second. I'm just going to chill out, but as you can see, pretty new shelter, double-decker, nice shelter, table in the middle here, good stuff. We'll catch you on the flip. I'll see you up at the top. All right, so I missed this last year when I was climbing Bromley. I guess about, I don't know, 0.1, 0.2 before you pop out onto the ski slope to finish the ascent to Bromley. On Bromley, there's a short little 20-yard spur trail to this vista. It's pretty beautiful. I'm not sure what those mountains are over there. Stratton, maybe? That's probably Stratton over there behind that tree off to the right. Pretty sweet. All right, so we're getting close now. As you get close to the summit of Bromley, you pop out of the woods here at about 0.3 to the summit, and we are on a ski slope. Great views. Not sure, but I think those devices right there in front of me, that big orange device, I think might be a snow blower. I'm not positive, but I've seen that in other people's videos. So, well, like I said, we got like 0.3 up this slope, and I'll see you on the way. As you're climbing the ski slope, it's easy to just keep moving forward. But if you look behind you, unbelievable views. I don't know how far you can see in the distance, probably not as well as I can here, but ridge after ridge after ridge. All right, so here we are. 18 Long Trail, go off in that direction. Got a privy right down there. Again, that view heading down the slope. Wow, I guess that's the easy way down. Boy, I wouldn't have guessed that coming up. Got the warming hut, ski patrol warming hut. It's where I'm going to be crashing tonight. They leave that open during the summer for hikers. I'm guessing that's Stratton Mountain right there in the distance. You can see that's a ski mountain as well. Ski lift. We'll hang out on that here in a little bit. All right, well, I'll show you around a little bit more here in a few minutes. I'm gonna get settled in. May set the tent up out here tonight. I don't know. I tried that last year and it just was it was too windy, but this grass up here in this area where I'm standing now was not cut last year either, and this might be a little more protected. We'll see. Alrighty. All right, let's see what it looks like here in the warming hut. Really important notice there. Sorry. Alright, well this is it. I slept right there last year and I'm gonna stake out that position again. It's pretty early. If it was a little earlier and I had not planned to leave so late from town, I'd probably go into Peru Peak Shelter. But like I said, it was a planned Neros, so we're gonna call it good here today, and we'll push on tomorrow with a hopefully almost a 14 mile day. That's the plan. All right, we'll check in a minute. I'm going to try to round the corner here, maybe get a little break from the wind, but stayed up here on Bromley last night. Turned out about 20 people probably here, about 15 I think in the warming hut. So getting out pretty early, about 6:40 this morning. It's my best, my earliest start yet, so I'm hoping to go about 13 and a half today, which would be my long day for this trip. So feel pretty good. Hopefully that'll keep up for the rest of the day. This will be the start of gosh, what is it, day 8 I think. So feeling pretty good. Weather was cool last night, excellent sleeping weather, so I think that's going to hold true for the next few days. So we'll check in as we keep going. Alrighty. Well, it's a beautiful morning on the trail. Been on the trail now for, I don't know, no more than an hour, but just beautiful, nice and cool, not cold, birds everywhere. It's just a beautiful day to be walking through the forest down this mountain. Should be coming up to a road crossing here before too long. Mad Town Notch, maybe. And then we'll start making our way up. Pretty good climb. I think it'll be the hardest climb for today. So we'll keep going here. Try not to trip. Toe is a little sore on my left foot. I kicked a little stump yesterday really hard on the way up Bromley, so don't think it's broken. It wasn't blue or brown this morning, so we're just kind of take it a little easy. I'm trying not to make sure I don't kick anything with it today, because that would really hurt. So anyway, here we go. All right, we're heading entering the Peru Peak Wilderness. Got Styles Peak about a mile and a half ahead, so we'll have a little bit of a climb here. That's what the trail's looking like. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. All right, we'll see you at the peak. All right, made it to the summit of Styles Peak. So we're just about exactly 2 hours in, about 4.1 miles down. Feeling pretty good. That was a pretty good climb. Real steep at points, but then it levels out a little bit every once in a while to kind of give you a breather. But a pretty good view. I'll show you here. I'm just going to sit here and take a bit of a snack break, but I'll turn this around, see if we can get a better view. This camera's filthy on this side. So there's the view from Styles Peak, a nice little rock outcropping here. Great place to take a break, have a snack. That's what we're going to do right now. We'll check in soon. This is kind of how the trail's been looking since we've descended Styles Peak. Kind of in this green tunnel, man. It's just beautiful. It smells of Christmas. Just a beautiful trail, beautiful morning, beautiful trees. Really enjoying this walk. Peru Peak Shelter. We'll take a break. It's a couple miles up. All right, so we're leaving the Peru Peak Wilderness, and we will be getting to Peru Peak Shelter here just in a short bit. Still kind of early, so I'll probably stop, maybe get a snack. Not sure I'm going to eat lunch yet, though. I don't think it's 11 o'clock yet. All right, check in a few. All right, well, we made it to Peru Peak Shelter. Right here along this creek, the water source. This shelter has it's a pretty big shelter. It has a $5 a night fee during the season. Don't think there may be a little camping over there, but I think they encourage people to only camp on that platform, which probably holds 2 or 3 tents, I guess. Not a bad place. It's the trail runs right here in front of the shelter, so that's northbound on the trail. That's southbound. So we're gonna hang here, get a little snack, maybe some lunch, not sure yet, and then we'll be heading off. So the plan for today was to go to beyond Lost Pond Shelter, beyond Griffith Lake, about 7 more miles up, but I think it may push it. I'm thinking about going about 9 more miles. Just depends on how I feel when I get there. So we'll play it by ear. We're going to chill out here for a few minutes. Talk to you soon. Griffith Lake. There's a tent camping here. There's a caretaker. $5 to camp. Stretches off there in that direction. Good place to swim. Not going to do that today. Pretty sweet. Right after you leave Griffith Lake, you enter the Big Branch Wilderness, and we'll be in here for a little bit. So this is a kind of cool section here. We've been coming up these rocks for a few minutes. Good view if you look out the back. And we're going up there. See you when we get there. Right, so wicked little climb up Baxter Peak, but rewarded by some pretty great views. Nice and cool up here. All right, gonna take a quick breather here, and then we'll be pushing on. Lost Pond Shelter's next. Right, so we made it to the Big Branch. And then we're going to cross this cool suspension bridge.
Not really deep enough to swim in.
Some nice pools.
Yeah, maybe you could probably lay down in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna, but.
Alright, so plan was for tonight to stay at Big Branch Shelter, which is just right around the corner here, but I think I'm going to go on to Little Rock Pond, I believe it's called. Okay, so it's getting dark right away. Rain coming on here in a minute. We got about a mile and a half to the shelter. Hey, well, good morning from Little Rock Pond. Didn't film last night when we got in, man. The last mile before the shelter, we just got poured on. Everything drenched, so got into camp, and most of it was just trying to get dried out and something to eat and things like that. Did a little more than expected yesterday. I planned to do 13 and a half, ended up doing 17. That was pretty awesome. Feeling a little sore this morning, but I think it'll be okay. You can see the lake or the pond behind me. Beautiful pond, great for swimming. Didn't go swimming last night because we were drenched anyway, and but it looks pretty good this morning.